So if you look at popular culture, TV shows, even like Selling Sunset, very popular out there, you might think that becoming a successful real estate agent is easy. Easy for anybody that's interested in, dope properties, swag events, um, chic outfits. In reality, it is not all that glamorous, and it's not for the faint of heart. It takes a serious amount of time, effort, willingness, and you got to push yourself probably more often than not through daily challenges in this business. After all, in real estate, you're working for yourself. You might be working under the moniker of a brokerage and the protections of a brokerage business, but ultimately, you're an independent consultant and you need to treat it as such. So, to succeed, I always have several recommendations. You need to identify your MVVs, your mission, your vision, your values. You need to prepare a clear business plan. You need to build a strong personal brand that reflects your unique strengths. You're going to want a supportive brokerage and a broker that's available and can mentor you. You need to specialize in a niche. You need to stand out in your area. You need to prepare for slower periods. These are going to happen. And most importantly, you must be resilient. You need to learn from your experiences and you need to learn from setbacks and even failures. Look, I could draw out a roadmap for you going back to my old technical days, day in and day out. It'll help you build an intention. It'll get you fresh on the scene. It'll redefine you. It'll help you scale if you're a seasoned realtor. But honestly, if you're not ready to set your compass, then whatever the market is doing, success is on you. So let's talk about your compass a little bit before you start selling the map. To succeed in real estate, I advise you heavily to define what is going to be most important and what is going to be most meaningful to you and how you're going to be able to apply those things to your business. Your MVV, again, mission, vision, and value. This defines your core purpose and it gives you direction. It sets the compass for how you're going to operate in your business map. Your mission is your current purpose for serving the client. Your vision is your long-term aspiration of how you're going to get there. And your value are the principles that are going to set your behavior and keep you on path. You need to ask yourself important questions when you're setting these things. Why do I want to be in real estate? Who do I want to help in real estate? What's important to me as a business owner and an entrepreneur? What impact do I want to have on my local community? If you know these crucial aspects of your business, it's going to drive your success. It's going to give you a sense of purpose. It's going to be the why to you getting up and getting ready and getting yourself motivated every single day. Plot your empire. This is your game plan. Once you have identified building your framework, you've written your real estate plan, your plan's tracking your goals, you're going to make the wise decisions using this as your roadmap to success so that you can grow your real estate business. It has to include your MVVs. It has to include who you want to work with, your ideal client, your farm area, your marketing strategy, and an honest evaluation of your own strengths and weaknesses. You can prepare a very simple business plan to get started. You can refine it. It can be a live document for you. As you chose this industry and you chose the brokerage that you're working for, make sure that you're considering that they are offering your marketing assistance, helping you understand how you're best going to capture leads. Do they understand real estate software and what you should versus what you shouldn't be using? Can they help you identify strategy against complex waters? Because I don't care what boat I put you in, If you're expecting calm seas and a beautiful flat lake every time you get in the boat every morning, you're sadly mistaken for what this industry is all about. The brokerage you're working for is gonna set your real estate salary. Ultimately, they're going to set you on your course for success until you are strong enough, mature enough, and seasoned enough to be able to pull your own compass and start making your own path. You're going to make it a point to talk to everything necessary in setting your goals. How many homes am I going to close this year? How much of that percentage is going to be referral based? I'm going to grow a social following to what levels? What services am I going to offer beyond just buying and selling homes? Am I going to specialize in first-time home buyers? Am I going to be able to do virtual tours, be a local guide? How's my marketing going to work? Am I going to do hot, vibey home videos, or am I just going to do reels and memes? Am I just going to do automated pop-up advertising? And revenue, what's my standard commission going to be? And am I going to stick to it? Am I going to build a philosophy around how I'm going to do business? Or am I going to be every other realtor and I'm going to not negotiate strong and I'm just going to hope that somebody's willing to pay me to do this work? I don't work for free. And if I've got to negotiate price before you have seen me in action, then I obviously haven't sold you on the value of having it. And what's the secret sauce or the not so secret sauce? How are you going to be genuine? How are you going to be approachable? How are you going to be yourself and still operate in this industry? I need you to think about how you become a brand and not just an agent. It is very important that you are supplementary success to the brand of your brokerage. Your brokerage is your protective umbrella. They get you out of trouble. They give you A-class recognition when you yourself have not been introduced to clients yet. People want to see you and other agents on a billboard and sometimes people gauge the success on the quality of the agents you were surrounded by. And I don't care if it's 3 agents, I don't care if it's 200 agents. If those agents aren't quality agents, your reputation is stained by them. I can pick many big brands where, knowing what I know about working on the other side of the table from these agents, I would never work for those companies, nor would I ever advise anyone to work for those companies. If you are smart about your business, you will brand accordingly, and you will make sure to represent your brand and the truth behind your brand daily. Becoming a brand means that you're intentional about how you're seen, how you're remembered, how you're referred to, how people speak about you when you're not in the room. Think about real estate branding as your personal reputation. It's your surround sound. The vibe people get when they see your content, the excitement that they feel when they hear your name. Do they want to meet you in person? Or even better, do they want to refer your name out because I've got the perfect realtor for you? Focus on client testimonials. Focus on your unique value proposition. Focus on a well-designed website. You need to be present when you're not present. And you need to be consistent in your social media. I don't care if all you're doing is walking outside in the beautiful area that you live in and taking a great picture of a sunrise or a sunset every day. People need to appreciate that you're in real estate. This is my vision for you. I hope to be able to share these things with you as well. That's working the industry. That's what people are remembering you for. If you go out to a coffee shop, do a quick post. Here's the area I'm in. This is a great coffee shop. It's always packed. It's always busy. Don't forget to try the waffles. Personal branding and creating your own success story is going to be the difference between doing business or going bust in this industry. I want you to focus on your unique personality and strengths. And I remind you of these things because they feel very basic, but you're so busy in the rat race of the industry that you forget that this is what made you great in the first place. Your authenticity is powerful in this industry. People are drawn to agents who are genuine. If you are a strong communicator, emphasize that in your client engagements. If you are detail oriented, highlight the precision in your transactions. Rather than just copying what everybody else is doing, play to your natural strengths, your advantages in doing business. I can understand why a lot of agents think you have to do X, Y, Z to succeed. That's what they see. However, your personality is going to be a huge component to this success, and it's an important part of your business. People first industries like real estate make sure that you matter more for what you know than what you can do. For example, if you're an introvert and you're cold calling for sale by owners and you're door knocking, that would not be enjoyable for you. Even though it's an effective strategy for most agents, you're going to feel burnout and you're going to be trying method does not suit your strengths. And you should be talking to your broker about this. And you should be saying, here's what I'd like to do. And if they know you, and they better, they can guide you on the right path. They help you set your course. They help you tune your compass to who you are and what your strengths are. Remember, you individually is an unfair advantage. So lean into that. Attract people who resonate with you, with your style, with your business ethics. It will become a whole lot more enjoyable for you and a lot more authentic to them. My introverts, stick to social media, record, post. You don't have to be in front of anyone directly when you're doing this. Do your email marketing. Do your online posting. Reach out to people virtually. It makes it easier for you, but keep those skills moving. Sharpen your business skills like a boss. Real estate is not just sales. It is also a business, your personal business. Many professionals focus heavily on lead generation, listing, client services. These are all essential. But what separates a thriving agent from someone that's surviving is being able to master the business side of the business. If your broker and your brokerage is not business centric, if the leader in your organization is not proven to be a business owner and a business strategist, their job is not to do your job for you. Their job is not to motivate you every day. Their job is to make sure you're not going too far off course. Your job is to check in with them. They have a company to run. Your job is to make sure they know what you're up to because they're treating you with respect. You're an independent consultant. You're not a rookie agent. They shouldn't be reach out to you to see what you're doing. You should be on the phone with them. Hey, I just want to check in, tell you what I'm working on this week. What do you feel about that? Any advice with what you know in the market? I personally am a competing broker and a competing agent in my company. Why? Because if you can keep up with me, you and I don't have to talk about numbers. If you're doing more business than I am in this company, you're doing fine. If you're not, however, and that's where you want to be, and you're looking to me to lead, then you need to step into my phone calls and you need to step into these classes and you need to figure out what's Alex doing every single day. I need to do that until I can build my own course, until I can chart with my compass the way I'm going to do business. Few things you need to remember. You need to be strategic, not reactive. You need to make decisions with intention and data. We are a huge corporation stack here, so we use technology to our advantage. If the words come out of your mouth, you better have a technology and the numbers to support what you're telling them. You need to invest in the tools and the training and compound for your success. The more education you can stack, the more accreditations and certifications you have to support your branding, the better you're going to do. And no, it's not going to turn around every day. I do sponsorships every year for this company, not just for myself, but as a representative of Keystone. And you know, not every one of them turns a deal for me, but they only have to turn one. They only have to build reputation so that I can lean on it with others that may not know what we do as a company. You need to be able to build a business that serves your life and the ongoings of what you do on a daily basis anyway, not the other way around. If you have not gotten a chance to read some of the books that I talk about in this show, Atomic Habits, you need to do it. James Clear is a fantastic writer, and he gets it. He understands. The other one would be Profit First by Mike Malkowitz. Those are probably two of the best working ethical books that I can recommend that aren't directly real estate centric. And I need you to remember your areas for improvement should never prevent you from learning how to become a successful real estate. Instead, you need to seek out the continuing education that's going to get you the additional training that you need to help you hone your business. We have continuing education requirements every year in real estate. The last thing you need to do is to put yourself in a position where you can't, or you're just checking the box instead of actually fulfilling the needs of your education to further your business. And then keep learning. The more you learn, the more places you'll go. Real estate law, real estate technology, customer expectations, sales, none of this stops evolving. The most successful agents are lifetime learners. You want to stay sharp, you want to stay adaptable, you want to stay ahead of the curve and the trends. Invest in the additional certification, the CRS for residential specialist, the ABR for accredited buyer's representation. Those not only expand your expertise, but will help you boost your professional image and branding. I encourage you to stay educated, become more effective, become an advocate for your client. This is going to allow you to handle some of the complexities and handle them with confidence. When you're constantly improving, clients will remember you for your value, not just for your friendliness, not just the card that you slipped into the mailbox. Other agents will also respect you and refer to you as an example of where they want their business to be. And you will position yourself as the go-to expert in your niche. I have other agents actually refer business to me because I have specialties they don't have, and I am willing to dive deeper into the customer relationships that they may not even have the time for. Let's talk about your brokerage for a minute. There are a lot of you out there that are on this class today, just an account that I'm looking at. Obviously, you're not all members of Keystone. Your brokerage needs to be your soulmate. One of the first tasks you do when you get your real estate license is choose the brokerage that you work with. And this decision should be daunting to you. The brokerage affects, especially when you first get into the business, how you train, how you understand commission splits, how you gather leads, how you build a professional environment. But the brokerage that you decide to work with to encompass your business, that brokerage needs to have certain things for you and readily available. Number one, and the most important thing that we offer here, your broker needs to be available to you, and your broker needs to have intimate knowledge of the market and is proven to be effective in the industry today. Your broker needs to have relevance. They're doing deals in the same market you're doing deals in, so you don't have to worry about whether or not they understand what you're going through. Training, marketing assistance. It's their brand on the line too. So if they can add value and add support in marketing, that's great. They need to help you understand lead generation planning, how you go about getting leads, how your leads need to be defined by who you are as an agent. I'm not telling you brokerages need to buy leads from you. They don't, and they shouldn't. And if they are buying your leads, you're getting fed from a water hose instead of teaching you how to dig for water. They need to help you build reputation in the market, and their brand needs to have a solid reputation to support you as well. They need to be cultural and supportive. As an agency, individual agents have needs as well. You need to go to your broker and have these conversations so that they can hear you out and they can advise you on what you need to do to improve on yourself and on your business capabilities. Their job is not to do business for you. Their job is to help mold and craft you into what you're doing. And if all you're doing is walking away from your brokerage before you've given them the opportunity to give you this type of tutelage or expose whether or not they're educated enough to do these things for you, then you're just going to do it again when you get to the next brokerage. Additional income opportunities. Once you get really good at doing one or two things in real estate, your broker should have awareness of who you are and what your long-term goals are so they can give you some advice. When they see consistency and effort, when they see consistency in delivery, they should be coming to you and say, hey, I'd like to add something else to your plate. You are doing really well in this market. I think it would translate well into something else too, in addition. A good brokerage will absolutely help you with your real estate agent goals and ultimately your success. Make it a point to speak to your broker at minimum once a week. 15-minute call is all it takes. Check in, spend the time, make sure your broker's available for it, set an appointment. They're busy. They're running a company for you. Whether they've got 2 agents or whether they've got 500 agents, believe me, they're running a company in the background, and it's not easy. Take the time, take the respective time to schedule with them. It'll also give you an idea of how available they are for you. Mentoring. Let's talk about that for a minute. Mentoring can be a game changer for a lot of agents. When you jump into real estate full time, or if you decide to become a part-time agent, I will throw you over here to our course on whether or not you can be a part-time agent right over here. It's going to help you prepare for things, right? A mentor can accelerate learning and help you avoid some costly mistakes. I don't mean a team. I mean a one-to-one mentor. It could be your broker. It could be another seasoned agent in your agency. God forbid you have to go out and pay for mentored service, but for you to be able to work directly with someone in the industry, not a motivator. That's not what I'm preaching for. I'm trying to tell you that you need to shadow someone that's doing some work better or differently than you so that you can learn their techniques to do things better for yourself. You need to get in a boat with someone that knows how to fish so they can show you how to fish. Help you prepare for things that no textbook and no courseware is going to anticipate. They will take years off of your learning timeline. Instead of trial and error and learning by fire, you get real insights from somebody who's already doing it and doing what you want to do. It'll teach you what you cannot learn in your pre-licensing courses. It will put you in a position to where, how do you read between the lines in a contract, and how do you negotiate some of these terms with your client, whether you're on the buyer or the seller side? And then most importantly, how do you manage the emotions behind a client and leverage them when necessary behind very difficult negotiations? Sometimes a client simply can't get out of their own way. I take on very complex negotiating strategies with my agents' clients, just so that it's my voice they're hearing from. My agents always remain on the good foot, and I can be the voice of doom if necessary to get them to the finish line. And then critical, they can help you bounce back when deals fall through. A good mentor, a good broker that's there with you can show you where mistakes were made on both sides of the table so that it can be a value proposition for you, so that it can actually be a learning scenario. They'll also help keep you on track. They can push you when you get stuck, and they will celebrate wins with you. They can introduce you to trusted circle of leaders. They can introduce you to other industry experts like inspectors, title companies, and other agents. Help you get your business started for those of you that are just getting into the business. The best place to find a mentor is in the brokerage that you reside in. Local networking events are great, but they're going to be so busy trying to figure out whether they can be friends with you because you're working in a competing agency that they're not going to give you the focus you need. You're not going to get the focus that you want. So try to look within. Keystone, like many brokerages, has a mentorship program. You can pick to be assigned to a mentor. They'll help you get things started. They'll help you reboot your business, help you get elevated again at a cost, of course. There's a share that's necessary. It's going to give them skin in the game so that they feel like they're getting some type of reward for the help beyond just being good to you and helping you start your business. No different than you would in any investor that's helping you get your business off the ground. Then building connections. A common real estate saying is your success is tied to who you know. You might have also heard, it's not what you know, it's who you know. In real estate, your network, also called your sphere of influence, is a foundation for all of your success. It consists of everyone you know, not just potential clients, but also real estate professionals, business owners, other professional owners like mortgage brokers, home inspectors, lawyers. People are more likely to hire someone they already know and trust than a complete stranger. They're also likely to go with an agent that has been personally recommended to them by someone that they already trust. This means that your network is your bread and butter. Most of your leads and most of your referrals are going to come from this. You can go and buy leads all you want. You will never build forever relationship from a purchased lead. A strong network is going to generate consistent, valuable income for you, leads that will not happen by accident. You need to nurture them. You need to actively reach out to them. You need to create relationships with them. And I can give you some tips to help you do that too. Industry events are big. Local business groups are important. Connecting with lenders, inspectors, and contractors are a must. You need to have a concierge list that not only you can offer, but people that you can lean on, because you can't know all of this information or pretend to be the expert for your client. Stay in your lane. Bring these people into the conversation to add value. And then staying in touch with your past clients. Staying in touch with your past client in various ways throughout the years is going to do a lot for you. You need to do email, text, phone calls, snail mail if necessary, social media, and occasionally invite them to a dinner or an in-person event somewhere along the line. Those are the people that are going to refer you and are going to be a large percentage of your business success. Niche it to win it. I can understand why, if you're a new agent, by the way, today, you may be tempted to take on every possible client, regardless of the need. However, doing that is going to take more of your time, more of your energy. When you focus on a niche that fits your personality and your interest, your business becomes more fulfilling for you and for them. And because of that, much less draining on your psyche. Choosing a niche does not mean turning away business. Instead, it means that you're going to position yourself to attract better and stronger business, build relationships from what you like to do. And in turn, those people are going to do business with who they like. It's going to let you speak to a client in a language they understand. They don't have to re-personalize you every time they talk to you. You're talking to them as a friend and as an expert, and they trust you because you're very similar to them. This is going to result in faster conversations. It's going to lead to easier negotiations. It's going to help you build authority within a specialized area and a market for more strategy that's going to select a specific audience. They're going to actually refer you as, hey, let's get my friend Alex on the phone. He's also my real estate agent. He stays very tuned to what's going on in the market. And I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying. Let's find out what's going on today. Most popular real estate niches, just to roll them off there, farming specific neighborhoods, right? The golden neighborhood is critical. And if you can do those successfully and you understand how you just need to keep cultivating that same community, you will be the agent of choice. Military clients, rentals, buyers or sellers, first-time home buyers, vacation rentals, luxury real estate. These are all big, right? Those are probably the top 7 or 8. And sometimes a niche might just come naturally to you as you get started. But more often than not, it comes with some intentionality so that you can find there's a gap in the market that you can fill. Once you find it, put your shoes in your put on the shoes of your potential client and determine the needs and how you're going to help them. This ensures that you will also brush up on all the real estate terminology and the specific terms for your clients and properties within that niche itself. Technology. You need to know how to stack your toolkit. Work smarter, not harder. Sure, you can do most real estate tasks manually. Paper and a pen, you can do absolutely everything in real estate, but you can massively increase your productivity and the results by simply choosing the right real estate tool. In a world of AI and unlimited software programs at your fingertips, the choices can be quite overwhelming. I encourage you to focus on solutions that keep you organized and accountable. You need a strong real estate marketing tool, something that lets you create, schedule, and manage marketing like a boss. You need a lead generation funnel. This is going to help you scale faster without spending hours of prospecting by yourself. You need a strong CRM and a real estate centric CRM. This is going to be your hub for lead tracking, client notes, and how to follow up. And it's going to work for you while you're asleep if it has a marketing component built into it. And then you need a best in real estate website. Do not go to a traditional website builder and build a real estate site from scratch. You need a real estate specific website that understands how to use IDX, that understands how to market your listings, and hopefully connect somewhere with your CRM so your listings and properties that you are interested in, you can quickly facilitate property introductions to your CRM clients. Let me give you just a few pointers as to why smart tech matters. Expecting convenience, speed, transparency. Clients are going to compare agents today based on how easy they are to reach, how smooth is your process, and how you design the experience for them. What does your digital presence look and feel like so that they are in touch with you even when you're not around? Running a real estate business is going to require that you wear several hats: agent, marketer, admin, transaction coordinator, social media manager. Tech removes the friction and is going to give back that time to you. And for those of you that feel like you need to pay for an offsite communicator or an offsite coordinator for you to do your job, if you're not doing the job and if you're not crushing it in the market, so you're so busy you need to add an additional person to facilitate assistance, then you are missing the boat. If you're simply hiring a coordinator because you just don't like doing that part of the job, you're just taking money off of your top line. And then leveraging automation for repetitive tasks like follow-ups, paper trails. That way you can focus on the people, the strategy, the business growth, and not so much on, oh, I forgot to write all this stuff down in my ledger today. Now let's talk about today's market and what you need to know how to do. This is the most normalized market that you can expect to be in. You've got property, you have people that have the capability of buying and selling, no problems there. You have plenty of needs-based transactions that are happening. Someone has to move, so they have to sell their house. Someone is building a family, they need to buy their own home. And there is availability. They may not like the interest rates, but the market is available for them, and loans are being produced, and they're using enough great tools and stability of market strategy to make sure that we don't end up in another market crash like we did in 2008. I recommend you building a financial resilience package, a reserve for your business, if you will. Sometimes there are slow seasons. Sometimes there are market shifts. Sometimes there are personal slumps, things that you are going through that is preventing you from getting up in the morning and really getting 90 miles an hour. So set aside a percentage of those commissions for from those busier months. Aim for it shouldn't be 6 months, but anywhere between 3 and 6 months of reserves. This is what 3 to 6 months of my expenses would be. I'm going to set that aside, and that's always a buffer. You need to diversify your income stream. Real estate has plenty of side hustles built into it. The photography, the educating, the managing of properties for real estate, all is out there and at your disposal. You need to look into jobs where you can utilize your real estate license so that you can supplement and help replace sales income. Also, consider using the slower season to simply maintain your relationship and your branding visibility. Educate your clients about marketing trends, newsletters, reports, build those, design them. They need to come from you. You don't have to buy them from somewhere. Host client appreciation events once a year so that clients know that you're still thinking of them and you're where you are because of the business you did with them. Building new referral relationships with agents, mortgage lenders, other professionals are going to keep the conversations going. As long as you're talking about real estate, your interests are going to be validated, and it's going to help keep your compass tracked. Saving isn't just about security, by the way. It's also about a certain freedom. There's a relaxation to, I'm not in financial trouble while I'm trying to run my business. You can walk away from bad clients too. You can invest in your personal growth. You can weather some turndowns in a market without panicking. And these are all things that you need to do. I need you to also focus on being the very best in class, becoming that neighborhood ninja. Staying well informed about everything that is going on in the current market is going to be essential for you. It's not enough to just keep an eye on the listing. You have to master a farm area so that you can deliver sharp insights, anticipate trends, and speak about the neighborhood like you live and breathe it. This means monitoring home prices. It means inventory levels. It means days on the market, interest rates in your particular area, and which lenders are taking care of people that are moving into that community, and emerging neighborhood developments. What's being built in the neighborhood? What's going to make it a better place to live? What's going to make it more secure for you? If I understand trends like this, you can better guide your clients and set a more realistic expectation. This is going to turn and build trust and credibility with everyone that you're working for. You're not just learning statistics. You are picking up on the neighborhood's story. You need to learn the vibe in the street. Is it quiet? Is it family friendly? Is it up and coming? Is this a new buyer, new couple, very singles mindset type of neighborhood? Are they an older and a senior nurtured environment and they need things that are more for that age group? Subscribe to your local MLS and your market reports. This is going to help you a lot. You should set a weekly business routine so that you're analyzing that data and you're following the local government planning and the zoning meetings. Note renovations that are going on. You need to know how many for sale by owners are happening, how many investor flips are going on in your local community, what's coming up for sale on signs. Don't forget to talk to locals. If you're going to do open houses, use it to talk to the neighborhood. Talk to the neighborhood before the open house even opens and invite those houses to come by and see how you operate your business. And don't forget all of those people that are at the coffee shops and the parks and the dog areas that you go to. They're home buyers. Say hello and introduce yourself. Let's talk about negotiations for just a minute and the poker face that you need to have developed in this industry. Being a great negotiator means more than just securing the lowest price. It means that you can master your emotions and control your reactions, especially in a high stakes situations like this. In Florida, minimum home price is $465,000. That is one chip, one bet on a blackjack table. In high stakes situations like this, you need to know when to push, when to compromise, and how to communicate your client's needs effectively, sometimes at a loss, so they can ultimately gain in the next move that they're making. You need to hone this skill above all others. Strong negotiation skills can enhance your reputation as a skilled professional. It will allow you to win better deals. Clients will not derail transactions as often. It will help you resolve conflicts calmly and constructively. It will help you build trust and better communications for those relationships. And you'll close deals faster with fewer complications. Becoming a master negotiator is about developing a mindset of empathy, strategic thinking, and confidence. And in real estate, where deals involve high emotion, this skill is going to set you apart from the norm. You will be a trusted, results-driven professional. You need to practice presenting pricing advice. You need to understand how to manage when you receive offers and how to present them. You need to you need to talk more with emotional clients and learn how to use that to the transaction and to settle your client during complicated issues. And you need to be the very best at managing a bidding war. They happen often. It is important for you to be able to handle them, and it's important for you to not to overshare information, because the last person that typically talks is typically the loser. Don't be afraid of failure. And if you're going to fail forward. It's an empowering mindset in an industry where rejection and unpredictability and setbacks are simply part of the operating strategy. Leads are going to hang up on you mid-sentence. Doors are going to be slammed in your face. People you thought were connected to you will ghost you, and deals will fall through at the last minute, no matter how hard you worked it. After a deal or an opportunity falls apart, you need to ask yourself what worked, what didn't work, what you should do differently next time. Simply learn from it. You need to track the insights from these failures and the near misses too, so that you can spot patterns, remind yourself how far you've come and what you should continue to improve on. Normalize setbacks like this by reaching out to other realtors. Simply vent. Blow off the steam, get it off your chest, share the experience so that you can remind yourself that you're not alone, because believe me, they've got a similar story. Important for you to prioritize that self-care. Remove some of those stressors. Take some time for yourself. Do that mediation, do that exercise, get that good quality sleep. Your partner set at home, your work-life balance is incredibly important to your real estate success. Yes, it takes a lot of time. You're going to need the willingness to learn, the willingness to be unavailable sometimes to your family and friends, because you need to be out hustling business when people are available for all of those fun times like evenings and weekends. But if you're willing to learn and you're willing to force yourself to be resilient, the rewards will easily help you bounce back. Which brings us to the process of this class. Boom or bust. What's the real estate agent market look like? From the Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment from real estate brokers and sales agents was flat in the last 2 years. Projected to only grow by 2% in the next 10 years. This is slower than all other occupations that are tracked by the Bureau. There are some key factors that are affecting the job market of real estate agents, and they include the following things. Interest rates. Higher mortgage rates always dampen home sales. This directly affects the demand for agents. Doesn't mean stop. That means that the market has shifted. You need to figure out if your niche is strong and hold to it. Housing market cycles. Periods of economic expansion in your area can increase the demand for housing and real estate, while the downturns will suppress it. Technology. Online listings and real estate platforms have changed so much and changed how agents interact with buyers and sellers that it's pushing agents to provide more personalized and value-added services. Those of us out there that are considered old school, meaning we've been in the market or we've been in the industry more than a minute, had better be able to change. Technology will not slow down and it will not wait for you. So you need to be on the train because the train is already moving. With thousands of job openings expected throughout this next year, mostly from turnover and retirements, by the way, there is room to build lots of successful career if you are a driven agent, especially if you understand what is shaping the industry. Want some moral support? Average annual salary of a real estate agent in the United States is $85,000 a year per ZipRecruiter, and that's May of 2025. Earnings, however, vary significantly based on location, level of experience, and specialization of niche. For example, a real estate agent in California reportedly earns an average of $128,000 a year, while a real estate agent professional in Iowa only makes $45,000 a year. So remember, law of averages are going to be based on who's the agent, how much of the market do they understand, are they in a market that's profitable for the industry, and can they affect their salary for it? And I say yes, no matter where you are. Take your experience and add your time commitment. Agents, the more years you are in the industry working with full-time, typical high earners, you're going to do better than the beginners. The beginners typically take 1 to 2 years to even ramp up. So don't be afraid of new agents coming online. And by the way, 80% of them fall out within the first 5 years. So the turnover ratio in real estate certainly does not overcome the amount of people that are falling out entirely. Location's important. If your market's not moving in your area, don't fail the industry. Move locations. Start working in an area that has higher demand. This is a supply and demand business. If you're a buyer's agent, houses have got to be available and buyers have got to need. If you're a seller's agent, people have got to be moving out of the area so that it can make room for people moving in. Specialization. Don't forget about your niche and you need to stick to it. It needs to be your primary business model. Other business will happen. Baskin Robbins sells ice cream. They also sell sodas, snacks, other things that they're there, toppings. They know how to make money from everything, but ice cream is their go-to. That's what they do best. That's what they will continue to market. Market conditions are directly regulated by your education. You got to be smarter than the game being played. And as the game changes, you need to be adaptable and you need to follow through with all of your business strategy. It is hard to become successful in real estate, just like it's hard in most industries to be successful. The top 20% of the agents that are killing it out there will tell you resiliency was the key. Get up every day, make your bed, get to work, and trust me, the business will follow. Have a great day, everybody. You are not the average realtor, and learning how to become a successful real estate agent will be as simple as dedication and strategy. Give yourself the best chance of success and follow some of those strategies we talked about today. Intentionally build your network and leverage your technology and tools so that you can be prepared for the inevitable ebb and flow of the market. There is never failure. There is only success. Good luck this weekend. Do great things. Continue to do great business.